Okay, hi guys, this is a video I've just taken to show the modifications I've made to the camera gimbal in order to improve the stability. I was getting quite a lot of jello, I believe it's called, rippling down the screen, and also steps in the sort of camera jumping. So I've added an aluminium stabilization plate and also some foam pads. So I've just taken the quad off, so I've got an inlay picture of the quad hovering and then the main images from the HD camera, and I'm going to chuck the quad around. So see, I'm flying altitude hold, and then I'm just going to throw the quad around from side to side, so you can see in the video inlay on the lower right hand corner. So that's, yeah, so I'm throwing it around reasonably hard. Well, as hard as the constraints of the width of the garden would safely allow me to do it. Probably throwing it out to sort of 30-40 degrees, reasonably violently, and as you can see, the camera, the stabilized camera image, which forms the main part of the video, shows the gimbal holding the camera extremely level. You can see a little bit of the prop there as I pitch the quad forward. Obviously the camera remains level, but the propellers are then pushed into the field of view due to the extreme angle of the forward pitch. But I was really pleased actually. There's no way if I was videoing normally it would be throwing the quad around like this. It would just be traveling around in a reasonably level sort of attitude, not performing 2D aerobatics. But the camera does. Obviously the camera relies on a feedback mechanism. It can't anticipate what the quad's going to do, obviously. So there'll always be some small movement as the control loop catches up with what the quad's actually doing. But it's really good. Very, very stable. And when the quad is sort of hovering and under normal circumstances, there's virtually no movement or no pitch roll movement in the camera at all. The gimbal's holding it really, really, really level. So I think it's gonna. I've got rid of the problems I was having before. I seem to have got rid of, but I've added an aluminium. As I say, I've added an aluminium plate. The camera's on this particular frame. The camera's sort of hanging off the front of the quad on, attached to the material which forms the lower plate, which is basically just PCB, sort of FR4 type material, and it's not very rigid, and I think it was basically oscillating. So I've added a strip of aluminium about 30 mil wide and about 60 mil, 70 mil long across that transition, which has stiffened it, stopped the camera bouncing basically. And then the camera gimbal itself is supported on 4 rubber anti-vibration dampers. They were okay, but they were a little bit I thought a little bit soft, so the whole gimbal will tend to bounce around. It won't vibrate, but it will tend to bounce because the camera and the motors are quite heavy. So I've just put a piece of foam between the 2 aluminium plates that form the gimbal, just to stiffen things up a little bit so that it doesn't bounce around. Anyway, so I hope you like that. Thanks for watching. Cheers.